So what is it really costing you when you are staying stuck in your career? Why is it bad for you to being stuck in your career concern? Be it it's career pain or be it it's just too comfortable for you. We will talk about it in this video. Hey everyone, it's Jade from Career Journey Professional, and today I want to talk about a topic that has become so appealing to me. It's so apparent to all my clients. I really have to talk about it. What is it really costing you when you're staying stuck for too long? Now I want to clarify that when I say career stuck, I'm not saying that you cannot feel lost, you cannot feel stuck, but I'm saying if you're stuck for too long. When I say too long, it means it's a repeating cycle. You can see it's a vicious cycle. You try and then you couldn't get out, and then it's costing you in many ways. So it's okay to feel stuck, and it's okay that you feel clueless. That's all right. Well, what we want to do is get out of it as soon as possible, right? And if you keep trying the same way but expecting a different outcome, then you need to watch this video in the right spot. Great. So I want to distinguish as well. There are two types of people stuck in their career. First, a lot of us can relate to is pain, like pain in career, as in you couldn't get promoted, you couldn't get that recognition, you couldn't get your job title level up, you couldn't really change to that sector, that industry, that specific job that you really like. Or this could also apply to people who are looking for a job and they keep looking and they couldn't really get into the ideal job, and then they kind of settle into something that they don't really like. Or they know they're not happy, they know they deserve more in their career, but they're still kind of stuck in where they are. Perhaps because they have to pay their bills, perhaps they feel like they're not ready, perhaps they feel like skill-wise, experience-wise, they're just not qualified, perhaps they just feel like they're not confident enough to get that. So we will talk about these two kinds of people. The first thing that's costing you is your own personal growth. Again, I will separate into two groups. For people who are stuck in their pain, it will very likely become a vicious circle. That when you want something and you maybe tried a little bit, say there's someone, I had a client, she was working as an admin for three years, but she studied marketing and she always wanted to do marketing analyst as her dream job. But for whatever reason, she just graduated, she needed a job, she felt like she had to survive, so she chose a career as an admin. And for 3 years, she was always thinking about it, but didn't do anything. There was only once she applied for a marketing role, and guess what happened? She didn't make it. And then it becomes this vicious cycle, as in it's not gonna work for me. I applied and it didn't work. It's just not gonna work for me. I will never get the ideal job. I will never get into the ideal job that I want. And this could happen in every stage of your career. It could be the very beginning. It could be you're becoming a senior and you wanted a promotion, but you tried and you failed and it didn't work. And then you just forms a pattern and then forms a belief that you can't do it. So the longer you're stuck in that, the harder it is for you to get out. And that is the vicious cycle. The second type of people is people who are too comfortable in their position. They're just getting by. They go to their job, they get everything done. It's not excellent. It's just probably just get by. It's all right. And then the rest of the time, they could be checking Facebook. They could be reading newspaper. They could be doing whatever they do. And they just feel too comfortable to stand out, and it's just too scary to step out of their comfort zone. What's really costing it for this kind of people, they're not growing. Their skills are not growing. Their experiences, their visions, the things they want in their life are not growing. And then eventually one day, we all know that there's no such thing as a safe job. There's no such thing as a forever safe. There's no. In the future, the employment trend is becoming more and more apparent that there will be less full-time jobs, there will be more flexible jobs. And what kind of people are needed for this kind of job is transferable skills, those soft skills, and your competitive edge. For people who are stuck in their comfort zone, their competitive edge is weakening. And on top of that, these two groups of people, they are not growing as a person, growing for themselves, growing to become a better version of themselves. That is the first thing that is costing you when you are staying stuck for too long. And secondly, let's talk about material stuff. Obviously, If you're not getting promoted, if you're not getting better to the next stage, next ladder of your career, if you're not really getting the job, if you're unemployed, obviously the first thing that's going to suffer is your money, it's your wealth. When you have tighter budget, your life suffers, the quality of your life, it's going to be worth, right? You have to eat probably on a tighter budget, it's something that's cheaper compared to dining out, and everything else as well. Not just the material stuff, but also your physical well-being. Probably you won't have enough money to go to gym, and then your health as well. And health, of course, is related to emotion as well. But let's talk about health. Just in case your health is not getting well, do you have that emergency fund to cover you when you really need it to rest, when you really need it to take care of yourself? And the most importantly is your emotional well-being as well. If you're unhappy, your body will start to respond to that. You will feel not well here and there, and eventually it's going to cost you. And one of the most important currency that we have in our life, it's not money. Money goes away. You can earn it back. You always can. But time and energy, it's something that goes away. You can never get it back. Not to mention, if you choose a wrong career, or if you choose something that you know is not going to fit you, and eventually when you come out of it, and when you want to change career or change direction into something that you really want, it's taking a lot of courage. It's going to take, you have to bear a bigger risk. Every time you go through a career transition, the longer you stayed in a career that's not fitting who you are, the harder it is and the more cost you have to pay. And let's go back to something materialistic again. If you're not making the right choice for yourself, you're stuck in a job that you really can't get promoted because it's not really suits your best forte, what you're really good at. It's not somewhere you can utilize your strengths. It's not something you're passionate about. It's not something after you finish work you still want to study, you want to further develop your skills. And eventually what's going to happen is your life, your family, your loved ones are going to suffer as well. If you chose the right one, you may have more capacity, either money, maybe buying a bigger house, a better car, a better education, more options for your family. If money is not the thing, then maybe you have more time and better presence with them, better quality of your existence with them, being the happy father, being the happy mother, being the happy, cousin, to be with your family. Eventually, that's everything that's costing you, right? And the third and most important thing that is really costing you, it's all you are costing yourself, the better version of you. You are costing yourself who you really want to be. You are doing this at the cost of you really live out to have your ideal job. I believe one of the biggest mission that we came into this life is to know who we are, to find our purpose, and to live out as who we truly are. And that is manifested in your career for sure. Career is one of the most important components in our life. So if you're not choosing that, but you're choosing the alternative, it is costing your future, your family, your income, and most importantly, your confidence. You will dislike yourself, you will hate yourself, you will have all sorts of emotional problems, and that's going to cost your mental health, your physical health, and your general outlook of your life. And at the end of the day, when you're about to leave this world, are you going to be happy with yourself? Are you content with yourself? That's a really, really big thing. So I really encourage you to look into the possibilities of utilizing who you truly are, of utilizing all your skills to become who you truly are, and live out the possibilities of what you really, really, really want to be. And don't keep doing the same thing to expect a different outcome. Sometimes it's important to look at it from a different angle and consult professional people like career coaches. Of course, the good ones. It's just so obvious that I just want to point out to people that staying stuck, it's not the best way. It's not what you really want for a long time. It's okay to be stuck, but use that as a momentum to help yourself to find out the solution, to help yourself to get closer to what you really want, but not stop you and then become a vicious circle. All right, great. My call to action to you today is, if you really find this helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, join our Facebook group where I will be sharing more private lives, more daily shares, informations, people, really having that community, really growing together and really getting closer to the goal. It's a transformation process. And again, our group online course is coming as well, a group live online course. I'm very, very excited in there. It's a process that will take you through from where you are to where you want to be in your career, which is a process I've taken a lot of my individual clients through, but now it's the next stage and we can grow as a group. All right, great. I'll see you next video and hope you the best for your career life.